guess I should just...
Bonk.
Hey guys, Rose here, trying to film this again for the 4th time. It's been something like 2 years since I've been in front of a camera, so I feel awkward. So welcome to my awkwardness again, really. Anywho, in this video, I am going to be talking about just life updates for one and channel updates. So we're going to start with life updates. Big one, I have yet again moved to Thailand. Let me explain. So back in 2020, I did make an official video saying, hey, I'm moving to Thailand, which I did with my husband, of course, for about something like 6 months. Life happened. Then we moved to Singapore for roughly a year and a half. Life happened again, job updates and what have you. And here we are, once again, in Thailand. So if you count that, in something like 3 years, we have country hopped 3 times. It's a lot. It's truly a lot. I don't recommend. It's kind of stressful. We are seriously hoping that we are going to remain here in Thailand for something like 5 years. We will see. For sure, we have no plans to country hop again anytime soon. Although our final destination, never seen that movie anyway, but our final destination, we want to permanently settle down in Germany, but yes, we're working towards that. We've been working towards that. That's the ultimate goal for us. And now we have been living here in Thailand for the entirety of this year, 2023. And I wrote some notes to keep myself hopefully on track and tell you some highlights of being back here in Thailand. Where am I? I should definitely say that the most stressful part of moving back to Thailand is just my visa situation. I feel a little nervous going into detail, so I'm not going to. So really the only thing I think I want to say and that I can say is that the bureaucracy here in Thailand is interesting. And that's all I'm gonna say on that. Anywho's, moving on. So yeah, some highlights of being back here. Once again, being close to my husband's friends and family, because most of the time that we lived in the US, we just didn't have that close to us. So it's, who would have thunk having a support system in person is quite nice. It really is nice. The food, and this is in no particular order. The food, forever and always. Thai food is my absolute favorite. Water break already. Although I will say, I am hella picky when it comes to breakfast foods. I much prefer Western breakfast foods. So, your cereals, your scrambled eggs, toast, waffles, pancakes, that kind of thing. That's what I grew up on. So I have a really hard time to look at something like Thai curry, any kind of curry, any type of Thai curry, or a fish dish, and say, yeah, that looks appetizing for breakfast. I can't do it. I can't do it. But any other meal, any other snack, any other time, me and Thai food, we're good. We're Gucci. We're excellent. I freaking love Thai food. Oh, going to the cinema again. So the last time I was able to go to a cinema was back in, I think it was January of 2020, and that was to see Birds of Prey. And then the plague happened. It's still happening, even though some people like to pretend that it's not, but moving on. So the first movie that I got to see this year after over, 3.5 years later, was Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was the first one. Across the Spider-Verse is the second one, and Beyond the Spider-Verse is going to be the third one. Absolutely amazing. Thoroughly enjoyed it. The visuals are just incredible and beautiful, and oh my gosh. And of course, I absolutely adored the whole story. It was so well done. And the second movie I've been able to see in cinema is Barbie. Also, thoroughly enjoyed that. And I even took some pictures in, I don't know if this was in all cinemas across the world, but at least the theater that I went to, they had this Barbie box. I'm not sure what else to call it. They had a Barbie box, and I went inside the box and pretended like I was a Barbie and had a picture taken. That was a lot of fun. Highly recommend both of those movies. And even though Barbie was the second movie that I saw in cinemas, I still like to say, it's kind of funny that at least the second movie that I saw in theaters was a Margot Robbie movie, considering the last movie I ever got to see was, again, Birds of Prey starring Margot Robbie. I find it humorous. Oh, something new, trying as far as being active, trying out badminton. I don't think I had ever played it before. Now I have a small handful of times with my husband. Really enjoy that. That's a lot of fun to do. And I've also tried with my husband, we went to a professional, I would hope a professional, yoga class about 2 times already. That's been cool, successful, nice. I don't really know how to explain it beyond I enjoyed it. And we would like to continue doing that. And we have kind of, we're making a routine out of that. It's once a week in a gym, at a gym near us with one of my husband's best friends. Yeah, super enjoying that. Blues Clues. Oh yeah, and when was it? Was it July or August? Back in August. What is time? Why do I look so pink? I swear I did the color balance thing. Whatever. Back in August, some of my husband's family, they live in Germany. They came down to Thailand for a visit, and because of scheduling, we were only able to meet up with them down south in Koh Samui. We got to see them for about a week, nearly a week. Had a ton of fun. We had not seen each other since, when did we see them last? 2018, so it had been about 5 years since we've seen each other in person. Again, had a super wonderful time, and why not? Not only were we able to go to Koh Samui to see some family, but we were able to treat it as a mini vacation. Otherwise, if they had not gone down there, my husband and I, we would not have gone down there. Yeah, you get it. And one of the sweetest moments that sticks out into my head was one of the nights, all of us, we were out to dinner, and I guess just to keep things straight in your mind and my mind, it's my husband's cousin, although they're more like brothers, so therefore his brother's sons are more like nephews to my husband. Is that clear? I hope so. We were all out to dinner, and I don't know how this came up in conversation, but one of the nephews, the youngest one, he just happened to mention that sometimes before school, when he's hanging out with some of his friends, they will play Magic the Gathering. And it was just a magical moment between those two, because my husband was like, "You play Magic the Gathering?" And his nephew was like, "Yes." And boom, they were off. I swear for the rest of the night, they were just back and forth, just absolutely geeking out, nerding out. What would that be? Geeking out over Magic the Gathering. It was so freaking cute, and just absolute stars in his nephew's eyes, because I think just having anyone else being a fan of this game just absolutely made his night, and it was so cute, you guys. Since that night, my husband and his nephew, they connected on, WhatsApp or Line, one of those two things, and they message back and forth, and they keep each other up to date on just, playing Magic the Gathering. And another just nice aspect about that particular night is that my husband's nephew, he's learning currently English as his second language, and before they realized, like, oh my gosh, we have this major thing in common. His nephew was honestly kind of shy to try to talk in English, which is totally fine. But apparently, at least with his nephew, once you get him hooked onto a topic that he is really excited about, like for the rest of the night, it was clear that he was not even thinking about it. He was just go, talking as much as he absolutely could in English. So his parents were talking to me on the side, and they were also just like super excited that their son wasn't thinking about speaking in English and being embarrassed or shy about it. He was just go. So they were very pleased about that, and it was just a really nice night, you guys. Other highlights. Oh, this is supremely supremely random, but so the first time that I ever came to Thailand was back in 2013, and unless I'm like fully mistaken, but it feels like since then and now, I live in Bangkok, by the way. At some point in some future videos, that's going to become very obvious that that's where I live. Anywho's, there's just been more greenery being put in and planted in the city, and it's just really nice, and it's very beautiful. Truly, that is it. I just appreciate the greenery. Moving on. I'm gonna make this a whole other separate video, but I'll give you a little sneak peek. Since moving back to Thailand, I have picked up a few Star Wars books. Just a cheeky little sneak peek, okay? I am currently reading, this is the biography of George Lucas. Currently reading that. And I picked up, y'all, the excitement that I had and still have of finding these. It's the Star Wars Archives episodes 1 through 3. This one. It's so beautiful. And, oh my gosh, hefty boys, big boys. This one as well, episodes 4 through 6. Picked these up. I think I'm legit getting a little misty-eyed. It's fine. Super excited about those, but I will, talk more about those in a few. I have no idea if my microphone is picking that up. There is a woo-woo going by. Everything okay? What was I saying? Oh yeah, future video where I'm going to talk about this tiny little mini book haul, and there is another book that just a few days ago, I went to a Kinokuniya and I ordered the novelization of Revenge of the Sith by Matthew Stover. That's going to take about a month for it to get here, but that's okay. I am willing to wait. So that's coming in. Yeah, the future video, it's going to be a little mini book haul, and I will also talk about the books that I have read, which is not a lot, but I have been reading some books in the past, again, something like 2 years since I made a video. And are you still, yeah, you're still recording. At some point, this particular camera that I use, I think after it reaches like 21 or 22 minutes, it just stops recording. So I'm trying to keep an eye on that. Okay, I think I've gotten through everything that I want to talk about as far as life updates. If you have any further questions, of course, you can let me know in the comments down below. So I think I will move on to channel updates. But where do I want to start? Perhaps, why has it been so long since I've made any videos? Although I did make one review video of season 2 of Bridgerton almost a year ago. But again, that's just one video in about 2 years. To be honest, I just have not felt like making videos. So I didn't. As well, in the past about 2 years, I just haven't felt like being on camera. So I didn't. Last year with the review, I was happy to make, and I had fun making that video, but I'm like, I don't want to be on camera, so that's why that particular video is just audio of me. And I don't know, I finally felt like being on camera again, so here I am. And in this time where I really have not been making videos, I have thought about what do I even want to do with my channel, and I will expound upon this with my notes and whatnot, but really the short answer is it's going to remain the same, is what I concluded after bouncing around ideas in my noggin of, do I want to do something different? And no, not really. For now, I'm going to remain a sometimes booktuber, essentially. And I say sometimes booktuber because, okay, it comes in waves for me of when I even feel like reading published work. And I've said this in various other videos in the past. I love fan fiction. So I'm reading fan fiction almost every single day. But for published books, I don't know. I think last year I read something like maybe 6 books. And that was it. That's all I felt like reading. And so that's what I did, which means to make videos on books, I won't be making very much. It fully depends on my mood, because I'm also a mood reader. So I'm hoping now that I actually feel like being on camera again, I'm hoping that I will make videos a little bit more frequently than not, essentially. And I do think I will also stick with, oh shoot, hold on. This is gonna stop recording for a second. Hold on, I'll be back. Where's the record button? What was I saying? Oh, so the other video topics that I think I will continue to stick with is travel videos, just whenever I happen to travel. And I think something that I am interested in is doing vlogs of living in Thailand, essentially. Kind of along the lines of, if any of you are familiar with the channel called Carrie Cakes, she's a fellow redhead. She lives in South Korea, and Carrie also has a second booktube channel. But on her main channel, Carrie Cakes, she just vlogs her life of living in South Korea with her husband. And kind of like along those lines, but for me, one, it will not be a weekly thing. I'm just not interested in doing it that often and that frequently. I'm not sure how to articulate this properly, but while I like the idea of showing kind of like the mundane of living here in Thailand, and just showing, I don't know, little tidbits, little things here and there. At the same time, I don't really want those videos to be super focused on me, if that makes sense. Even though, yes, I make videos, I've made videos, and so some aspects about myself are in the videos, but I'm still a private person, even though there's the irony of me making videos, but I'm a private person, so I'm gonna have to try and find some kind of balance of showing you parts of my life of living in Thailand without showing a ton that I'm not comfortable with. So I have that, not really a barrier, but I have that to keep in mind as well. Just more and more over time, I'm really hesitant, I guess, to film not just myself, but when I'm out in public, just filming out in public, because I would have to be clever about how I film when I'm out and about, so I'm not inadvertently getting people on camera, because I don't want to film people without them knowing that I'm filming them, you know? Even if it's like a crowd shot, I want to be mindful of just other people's privacy, basically. So that's another thing that's on my mind, something that I want to be mindful of whenever I happen to vlog or make any kind of video, particularly when I'm not in my apartment. Did any of that make sense? Gosh, I hope so. I guess I'll mention that when I had been brainstorming of, do I want to do something else with my channel? Are there other topics that I want to talk about? And I had kind of contemplated doing video essays, which I know is like a really popular thing. But the issue is, like, I couldn't really figure out, okay, I like the idea of making video essays, but I have no idea what topics I would even really want to cover. Very broadly speaking, I knew that if I do ever make anything of a video essay, I don't want to do any kind of heavy topics. I would want to do lighter, happier topics. Again, this is super broad, but that's just what was percolating in my mind since really the last time that I saw you. Who knows? Maybe at some point I will decide, actually, yeah, I'm gonna stop making book-related videos, travel videos, and I do want to switch over to that, but for now, I'm sticking with the books, and I'm sticking with travel videos of sorts. This entire channel, me making videos, it's a hobby. It's always been a hobby, and I'm pretty sure it's always going to remain a hobby. So, do I have any concluding thoughts on that, or is that just it? Is that my entire thought? I think that might be the entire thought. It's a hobby, you guys. Oh, okay. Well, before I sign off, I just want to, supremely random, I do want to mention, because I'm just so proud of myself, I have been having a heck of a time trying to find someone that can cut my curly hair. Been looking online for various places, and I've been seeing just too many mixed reviews from different locations, so I basically said, fuck it, and I cut my own hair last night. I'm sure, and I'm really proud of it. I'm really proud of myself. Yes, I would prefer to go to a professional, but not having luck with that, I even gave myself a little bit of bangs. Oh no, my battery's flashing, whatever. I'm proud of myself, and I saved myself, I'm not kidding, probably something like $80 for doing this myself. Okay, again, yes, I would prefer to go to professional, but I'm doing what I can, okay? And I was really frustrated with my hair, so I just did it myself. It looks good. That's all, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, everyone, and I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna make a video sooner than a year, okay? Yeah, again, take care, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye! Stop flashing! I'm done! Okay.